Don't ask me why I'm distant when you're lying next to me. Sometimes the closer someone gets, the harder it is to breathe. It's not your hands, it's not your voice, it's not something that you did. You're touching doors I locked so long ago, I forgot what's behind them. And I know that isn't fair. You look at me, like loving me should make it easier, but love has never been the dangerous part. Being honest, come close, but not too close. Stay here, but don't ask what hurts. Love me, but don't make me explain. I know there's no way to love someone. There are pieces of my life I tell like jokes now. Things that almost broke me turn into stories I can say without changing my face. People call that healing. Maybe it is, or maybe I just got better at telling the truth without feeling it. Then you came and somehow you notice the pauses. You hear the words I skip, you know it. I'm tired means something else, and I hate how much I like that. Come close, but not too close. Stay here, but don't ask what hurts. Love me, but don't make me explain. I know there's no way to love someone. You say, why do you always pull away right when it feels good? I say, I don't know, that's a lie. I know exactly why. Good things give you something to lose. I have survived endings I swore I wouldn't survive. Watch people change right in front of me. Watch promises become things nobody remembers saying. So forgive me if happiness makes me suspicious, if peace makes me check the exits, if your love feels warm and some part of me still waits for the temperature to change. I'm trying, I don't say that enough, but I am. Maybe one day I'll stop treating every beginning like a future goodbye. Maybe one day I'll let somebody stay without testing whether they will. Maybe one day when you ask what I'm feeling, I won't hide behind nothing. But tonight all I can give you is this truth. I'm distant because you matter, and that scares me more than being alone. Come close, closer than I usually allow. Stay here, even when I go quiet. Love me, but don't lose yourself trying to reach me. And if I pull away, know this, for once I'm learning how to come back. Don't ask me why I'm distant, just know I'm trying not to disappear. The ocean never begs the shore to stay. It reaches, it leaves, and still it remains the ocean. I used to think love meant holding tighter. It If something started slipping, grip harder, call again, explain again, give more. Lose sleep, lose pride, lose yourself a little at a time, just to keep somebody from walking away. I call that loyalty. Maybe some of it was fear, because abandonment can make desperation look a lot like devotion. But the ocean never begs the shore to love it back. It comes with everything it has, then calmly pulls away. It doesn't lose its depth, because the sand won't make it stay. Maybe I can love like that, deep without drowning in truth, without chasing you. Even when you walk away, you were a coastline I kept returning to, beautiful, uncertain, always changing with the weather. Some nights you held me like home, some mornings you became distanced. I kept blaming the tide, never asking why I built my peace on something that was always moving. Maybe you weren't cruel, maybe you were simply who you were. Maybe I was asking a temporary place to become permanent. Water remembers, but it keeps moving. So should I? There was a time your silence could ruin my entire day. One unread message could turn a confident man into a boy wondering what he did wrong. That's hard to admit, but truth doesn't become weaker because it embarrasses you. I gave your attention too much authority, made your affection a courtroom, and stood there waiting for a verdict on my worth. Never again. The ocean never begs the shore to love it back. It comes with everything it has, then calmly pulls away. It doesn't lose its depth, because the sand won't make it stay. Maybe I can love like that, deep without drowning in truth, without chasing. Even when you walk away, I can miss you without returning. I can ache without reaching. I can remember without rebuilding. I can love without surrendering. The ground beneath my feet. Maybe self-control isn't feeling less. Maybe it's letting every wave arrive and refusing to call the storm a reason to abandon yourself. The ocean never begs the shore, and neither will I now. If you stay, I'll meet you honestly. If you leave, I'll let you go somehow. My love can still be deep without becoming something I owe. You were once a beautiful shore, but I was always the ocean. Reach, release, return to yourself. The apartment's quiet, no fighting through the walls, no message on my phone, no reason not to sleep at all. I finally got the silence I said I always needed. Funny how the thing I prayed for feels different once I reach it. Your side of the bed is colder, but nobody's leaving now. No doors closing in anger, no tears I have to figure out. Everything is peaceful, everything is still. So why does peace feel emptier than pain ever did? Maybe I got used to chaos, calling it love. Maybe my heart learned to need what hurt too much. I don't recognize this peace, it doesn't sound like you. There's no one asking where I've been, no perfume in the room. I thought freedom would feel lighter, like breathing after rain. But I don't recognize this peace without your kind of pain. I know we weren't good together, I know leaving made sense. Still the quiet feels like something I haven't learned to live in yet. I make coffee for one now, still pour a little too much. I catch myself reaching for a second cup. Old habits, strange things. The body remembers what the mind is trying to release. Sometimes I open the closet and swear I smell your clothes. Sometimes I hear a car outside and wonder if you came home. And I remember this isn't your home anymore. And I don't know why, knowing that still feels new. I don't recognize this peace, it doesn't sound like you. There's no one asking where I've been, no perfume in the room. I thought freedom would feel lighter, like breathing after rain. But I don't recognize this peace without your kind of pain. I know we weren't good together, I know leaving made sense. Still the quiet feels like something I haven't learned to live in yet. Maybe peace is not a feeling, maybe it's a place. And maybe when you live in storms, silence feels unsafe. Maybe healing isn't beautiful, maybe it's just unfamiliar. Maybe missing chaos doesn't mean you should go back to it. So I sit with the stillness until it stops feeling wrong. I let the room stay quiet without trying to fill it with someone gone. I don't recognize this peace, but maybe one day I will. Maybe one night I'll close my eyes and finally feel still. I can miss the noise we made without wanting it again. I can love what we once were and still choose where it ends. I don't recognize this peace, not yet, but I'm learning. They see the watch, the car, the way I enter rooms. They see a man who never needs approval, never has anything to prove. They call me calm, they call me silent. They say nothing gets to you. I smile like they're right. There's no reason to tell them the truth. The truth is I've sat in this car for 40 minutes outside my own place. Because some nights going upstairs means being alone with every thought I outran all day. I'm not always the man everyone thinks I am. Sometimes confidence is just good posture. Sometimes strength is knowing how to shake hands while your whole world feels colder. Sometimes the man who looks most in control is just the man who learned never to lose it in public. I'm not always the man everyone thinks I am, but I've worn them ask me how I stay focused, I say discipline. They ask me how I got this far, I say consistency. Nobody asks how many people I stopped calling, how many nights I chose work because work never abandoned me. Nobody asks how much success was built out of distraction, how many goals were just places to hide from things I couldn't fix. I got good at turning pain into productivity. Then one day I realized I had built a beautiful life and never learned how to rest inside it. I'm not always the man everyone thinks I am. Sometimes confidence is just good posture. Sometimes strength is knowing how to shake hands while your whole world feels colder. Sometimes the man who looks most in control is just the man who learned never to lose it in public. I'm not always the man everyone thinks I am, but I want him so long. Even I forget where he ends and I begin. I don't want pity, I don't want rescue. I just want one place where I don't have to be the strongest person in the room. One person who doesn't mistake my silence for certainty. One night where I can say I'm tired and nobody tries to make me feel small for it. Maybe that's all a man like me wants, not to be saved, just to be seen without performance strength. I'm not always the man everyone thinks I am, or maybe I don't need to be. Maybe I can carry ambition without carrying everything alone. Maybe I can be respected and still admit some nights are hard. Maybe being human doesn't make me any less of a mess. So when the city goes quiet and the mask finally slips, I try to remember the man underneath it deserves peace too. No audience, no image, no armor, just me. You met me after the damage, after I learned how to leave, after I stopped giving people every part they asked of me. You meant the calm, not the chaos, the distance, not the boy who once believed that love was something no one could destroy. So when you said you never let me close, I knew you were right, but you were fighting ghosts from years before you ever entered my life. You thought my silence was about you, it wasn't. You were paying for wounds you never gave me. There was a version of me you never got to meet. He loved without calculating, he trusted before he could think. He gave people second chances until there was nothing left. And life taught him how dangerous it feels to give someone your best. You met me after him, when my heart had learned to speak less. And I'm sorry you had to love the version of me that survived the rest. There were nights you fell asleep beside me, and I stared at the ceiling, wondering why happiness made me wanna run. You were gentle, that's what scared me. Chaos I understood, but peace felt unfamiliar, like something too good to trust. Every time you said I love you, a part of me believed. Another part whispered, don't get comfortable, everything leaves. So I gave you half my heart while feeling all of it. And somehow that's the cruelest thing I ever did. There was a version of me he never got to me. He loved without calculating. He trusted before he could think. He gave people second chances until there was nothing left. Then life taught him how dangerous it feels to give someone your best. You met me after him, when my heart had learned to speak less. And I'm sorry you had to love the version of me that survived the rest. I wish you knew. Every time I pulled away, I wanted you closer. Every time I said I don't care, I cared more than I could handle. Every time I looked unaffected, I was fighting myself inside. You never lacked love from me. You lacked access to the place where I kept it hidden. And that's not the same, but I know it hurt the same. Maybe one day I'll meet someone and finally do it right. Not because you mean more, but because losing you taught me what silence cost at night. The thought used to feel like betrayal, now it feels like growth. You became the lesson I wish I never had to learn by letting go. There is a version of me I'm finally learning to meet. He still walks with caution, but he doesn't confuse walls with peace. He can't say I need you without believing that makes him less. He can hold love in open hands without preparing for its death. You never got to meet him. Maybe that's my deepest regret, because you deserve the man I'm becoming now, not only the one you met. You met me after the damage. I loved you before I knew how to heal it. The city knows my image. The highway knows the truth. I take the long road home on purpose, just to hear my thoughts unfold. Street lights flicker across the dashboard, like memories dipped in gold. People know me as composed, a man who never folds. But highways hear confessions that proud men never told. I think about my father sometimes, how he carried pain in silence, how he taught me self-control, like emotion looked like violence. So I became difficult to read, smooth voice, expensive calm. A man who could survive heartbreak without showing where it harmed. The highway knows my real name, not the one the city sees, not the tailored conversations or the practiced energy. It knows every woman I lost, every truth I never claimed. The highway knows my real name and loves me anyway. I remember when you touched my hand at that red light in the rain. You didn't say I love you, but but your silence said the same. I almost turned towards softness, almost let the armor die, but survival whispered louder, and I let the moment drive by. Now success keeps me company, but success don't hold you close. It just gives lonely men prettier rooms to feel empty in the most. Oh, maybe masculinity ain't distance, maybe strength ain't being known, maybe real power is honesty. When the midnight finally comes, the highway knows my real name. The wounded and restrained, the man beneath the confidence, still learning from his pain. And if you ever loved me truly, you probably saw it too. The city knew my image, but the highway knew the truth. Late nights tell no lies. I don't break loud, I don't make scenes, I don't let people see what it means when something real falls apart. I just adjust and carry the part. That's what I've learned, that's how I move. I don't collapse, I just improve. Or at least that's what it looks like outside, but inside it's a different kind. I don't break loud, I break in silence, in quiet moments, without guidance. No one hears it, no one knows. That's just how a real man goes. I don't break loud, I just change form, turn pain into something calm and warm. But that don't mean I don't feel, it just means I learned to deal. You probably think I moved on, like it didn't mean much, but I just don't show pain the way people expect from us. I don't talk about everything, I don't explain my mind. Some feelings are too complex to put into lines. And I've seen what happens when men show too much. The world don't always handle that kind of trust, so I keep it internal, I process alone. That's how I survive, that's how I've grown. Yeah, gets heavy, but I carry it still, because strength ain't absence, it's controlled will. I don't break loud, but I break deep. And some of that damage I still keep. Don't regret what happened, I regret what nearly did. The conversations unfinished, the feelings left untranslated, the moments suspended between fear and possibility. Those are the memories that linger longest, because certainty heals, but maybe never does. I'm carrying the weight of almost, the life we almost built, the future we almost touched, the love we almost chose. It's strange how unfinished stories can feel heavier than completed ones. We had chemistry, timing failed. We had feelings, courage failed. Nobody was the villain, nobody betrayed anyone. Sometimes life simply closes doors before we're ready. I'm carrying the weight of almost, the life we almost built, the future we almost touched, the love we almost chose. It's strange how unfinished stories can feel heavier than completed ones. Maybe another version of us found a way, maybe somewhere it worked out. I'm carrying the weight of almost, but it's lighter now, because acceptance finally arrived. Some dreams are beautiful, even when they remain dreams. I was stopped at a red light, watching people cross the street, a woman holding flowers, a man talking on the phone, a teenager staring into nowhere. And it hit me suddenly, I know nothing about them, nothing at all, yet every one of them is carrying a story, a fear, a memory, a burden, invisible to everyone else. The world is full of hidden weight. Every stranger is carrying something, a heartbreak, a hope, a mistake they still replay, a dream they refuse to give up. Every stranger is carrying something just like me, just like you. Maybe that's why kindness matters, not because it's polite, because it's necessary. You never know who just lost someone, who just got bad news, who is barely holding themselves together behind a calm expression. We judge too quickly, forget too often that everyone is fighting a battle we cannot see. Oh. Every stranger is carrying something, a heartbreak, a hope, a mistake they still replay, a dream they refuse to give up. Every stranger is carrying something just like me, just like you. Ooh. Maybe compassion is simply remembering that not one person in this city is walking through life untouched. The light turns green, the crowd moves forward, so do their stories. The city sleeps, but my heart's awake. Tears fall slowly, but they never break. The moonlight hits the ground so cold. I'm standing here, but I'm feeling old. Your love was a dream I couldn't keep. Now I'm just drowning in the tears I weep. We were supposed to be forever, but now your love's a never. I thought you would stay, but you walked away, leaving me with nothing to say. Midnight tears, they never stop falling like raindrops. My heart's about to drop. I keep wishing you'd come back to me. I hear your name in every song, but it feels so wrong. It's been so long. The city's dark, but I'm lost in the light, chasing a love that's out of sight. I thought the night would heal my soul, but it's a wound I can't control. I'm just waiting for the pain to cease, but you're the one who won't give me peace. Midnight tears, they never stop falling like raindrops. My heart's about to drop. I keep wishing you'd come back to me, but your love's just a memory I can't see. Midnight tears, they fall like rain, washing away the memories, but it's all in vain. Maybe I'll find peace if I let go, but these tears will always flow. Midnight tears, midnight tears, forever falling, forever mine. I don't chase ghosts, I let them fade. I don't go back to things that break. I don't repeat what I outgrew. That's what I tell myself about you. But late at night, shifts a bit. Not enough to act, just enough to feel it. Not enough to reach, just enough to stay in the space where your memory plays. I don't chase ghosts, but I feel them still. In quiet moments, when everything's still. I don't go back, I don't lose control. But I can't lie, you still got a hold. I don't chase ghosts, I just let them be. But some of them still follow me. You weren't forever, but you were real. And sometimes that's harder than something ideal, 'cause you showed me a version of what we could be, then left me with that and took you from me, and I accepted it. That's what I do. I don't fight endings, I see them through. But acceptance ain't healing, it's just letting go of something you still don't fully outgrow. And I'm good now, or at least I look it. But there's still a part of me that you took with it. I don't chase ghosts, but I remember more than I say, more than I let you. I don't go back, but I don't erase, I just move forward with your trace. After the city sleeps, that's when truth gets louder. No crowd around to hide behind, no smoke, no mirrors, no armor. The towers hum like giants breathing, moonlight silver on the lane. And I keep driving through the evening, like movement softens pain. Leather seats and cold air drifting, sub-bass rolling underneath. Thoughts moving like shadows shifting, some too sharp to let me speak. You were beautiful and dangerous, kind of love that leaves a stain. Sweet enough to feel contagious, wild enough to leave in rain. I gave you honesty and patience, you gave me fire and scars. Still I thank the complication for showing who we are. After the city sleeps and nobody's awake, that's when I feel everything I don't say in the day. All this quiet confidence, all this hurt I never show. After the city sleeps, that's when I let it flow. Billboards glowing over highways, like promises we couldn't keep. Every red light makes me wonder how deep unfinished feelings reach. But I'm not broken by the memory, I'm not begging for return. Some losses become clarity, some pain becomes a burn. And I wear restraint like cologne. Heavy, expensive, hard to place. You can feel it when I walk in, but never read it on my face. No calls, no sound, just rain on concrete ground. No tears, no scene, only midnight in between. After the city sleeps, neon starts to blur. I still feel your gravity, still hear every word, but I keep my head steady and my heart beat low. After the city sleeps, I let you go slow. Midnight highway, windows low, skyline fading, still in control. You never scream, but I hear you loud. Every move you make, every word you say. Ooh. You don't need to raise your voice, but everyone around you knows your choice. You stand tall without a word, like you're the only one who's ever heard. I feel the weight of your stare, it pulls me in but I don't care. You walk with a quiet grace, like you own a world and I'm in place. There's something about your silence, it cuts deeper, leaves no violence. Your strength is felt, not seen. You made me feel like I've been dreaming. You don't speak loud but you speak clear. Your presence makes everything disappear. I can't help but follow you. You're the truth in everything I do. Quiet power, you run this game. I can feel it every time you say my name. You don't need a shout, you don't need a fight, but I still fall for you every night. Quiet power, it pulls me near. You're the only thing that I fear. I don't need the loud or the proud. You got me wrapped in your quiet crown. You don't have to prove a thing. Your silence speaks louder than any king. I feel your energy every step. It's like you've always been the one I've kept. I'm drawn to you, but I won't say. I'll just follow you all the way. You keep your distance, but it's fine. I live in your quiet control mind. You're not the loud one in the room, but somehow you make space bloom. I'm lost in your unspoken truth, but I'll follow you with no excuse. You don't speak loud, but you speak clear. Your presence makes everything disappear. I can't help but follow you. You're the truth in everything I do. Quiet power, you run this game. I can feel it every time you say my name. You don't need a shout, you don't need a fight, but I still fall for you every night. Quiet power, it pulls me near. You're the only thing that I fear. I don't need the loud or the proud. You got me wrapped in your quiet crown. You move with grace, no words to say. But like the city look like? Beautiful, cold, hard to leave. The city look like you tonight. Soft lights with a dangerous edge. Every street had your silence. Every turn had what we left. Where pavements shine like your eyes when you didn't wanna cry. And the skyline's still proud, like the way you say goodbye. I kept driving past the places where we almost became more. A lounge, a corner, hotel hallway, an elevator closing door. I don't believe in signs, but I saw you everywhere. Maybe grief is just memory, learning how to wear the air. The city looked like you, too beautiful to trust, too bright to be empty, too close to give up. I don't chase the past, I don't turn around. But the city looked like you, and it slowed me down. You had that same reflection, a glow over something bruised, like you survived your own storms and made them look smooth. Maybe that's why I wanted you, not because you were easy, but because your kind of darkness looked familiar to me. We never said enough, maybe we said too little, too proud hearts at midnight, speaking only in riddles. And I know a man can move on without losing what was real. Some loves become a city you keep passing through to heal. The city looked like you, and I didn't hate the pain. It reminded me some beauty is still worth what it became. I kept both hands steady, let the baseline pull me through. But every light after midnight looked a little like you tonight. The city looked like you. So I drove slower, yeah. I feel you in the air, your presence is near. But every step I take, you disappear. I want you closer, I wanna feel your skin. But in this game, where do we begin? You're closer than you think, but you're out of reach. Every word you speak, it feels like a breach of the distance we created, and we both know we're closer than we think, and it starts to show. Closer than you think, we're worlds apart. Every move you make, it tears at my heart. In your eyes, I see everything I want. Closer than you think, but I'm still left home. Your touch is electric, I crave every spark, but you hold back, leaving me in the dark. We're two souls connected but never aligned. In this dance of temptation, we're intertwined. You're closer than you think, but you're out of reach. Every word you speak, it feels like a breach of the distance we created. We both know we're closer than we think, and it starts to show. Closer than you think, yeah, we're worlds apart. Every move you make, it tears at my heart. In your eyes, I see everything I want. Closer than you think, but I'm still left to haunt. In the silence, I can feel you breathe. The distance is so close, I can't believe we're closer than we think. But I want more. In your arms, I'll finally explode. Closer than you think, yeah, we're worlds apart. Every move you make, it tears at my heart. In your eyes, I see everything I want. Closer than you think, but I'm still left to haunt. Closer than to haunt. Closer than you think, forever. That's probably why it still hurts. I never told you I needed you, not in the way you wanted to hear. I never said stay when you were leaving. I just stood there and let it disappear. Not because I didn't feel it, not because it didn't matter, but I've lived my whole life learning some words only make things shatter. You see, I don't beg for presents, I don't ask someone to choose. If they don't see my value clearly, then I already know I lose. So I stay composed in moments where most people would break down, and I let the silence answer while everything inside me drowns. I never said it, and now it lives inside my chest like something unfinished that never got to rest. I never said I loved you, I never said I cared, and now I carry all those words like they were always there. I never said it, and maybe that's my fault, but men like me don't speak too much. We just learn to absorb the cost, and I don't regret the silence. I just feel what it became, a lifetime of unspoken truth attached to your name. You want a reassurance, something simple, something clear, but clarity feels dangerous when you've been hurt for years. You don't understand that feeling unless you live that way. We're saying how you feel can make everything decay. I was trying to protect it by not saying too much, but I didn't realize silence could feel like lack of love. And by the time I saw the damage, you were already gone, and I was left explaining everything I did wrong. And the truth is, I loved you in a quiet way, in a way that didn't ask for attention, in a way that didn't need display. maybe love needs to be heard. And maybe I lost something real just because I never used words. I never said it, and now it's far too late. You don't hear what I feel. You only saw what I gave, and I gave you my presence, I gave you my time, but I never gave you the truth that stayed inside. I never said it. And now I say it alone. I don't look back, but I still see it. Her name in the review, not written, just felt like a shadow in the glass of the man I used to tell. That moving on was simple, that control could erase every soft little memory, every dangerous place. But the road has a language only midnight understands. It shows you what you lost without ever using hands. And I keep my eyes forward, that's the rule I made. But some names follow quietly, no matter how far you fade. Her name in the rearview, still riding with me. I don't turn the car around, but I don't feel free. Some love becomes distance, some pain becomes truth, and mine still appears like her name in the rearview. I remember not the ending, but the almost before, when you looked at me softly like I could be more. More than a silence, more than a charm, more than a man who survived by staying calm. And maybe that's what I miss, not just you, but the chance to be known without performing, to be held without defense. I don't wanna go backward, but I won't lie either. Some people leave your life and become part of the mirror. Her name in the rearview, fading, but they're not enough to stop me, just enough to care. I keep driving forward, that's what grown men do. But some nights I still carry her name in the rearview. I don't look back, but I still see it. Don't get too close, you won't like what you feel. You keep leaning in slow, like you're testing my space, like you wanna get closer, but don't know if it's safe. I can read that hesitation in the way that you breathe. seen this pattern before. You like danger and calm. Like the tension of silence in a man who don't talk. Too much, too fast, too easy. That's not what you chase. You want something controlled with a little bit of weight. And I can feel what you're thinking, even when you don't speak. You wanna get a little closer, but you don't want it too deep. So don't get too close. You might cross that line where attraction turns heavy and you lose your mind. You like me at a distance where it still feels safe, but I'm not built for halfway. I don't operate that way. Don't get too close. If you don't want the truth, I don't play with emotions. I don't soften the truth. If you step into my world, you don't leave the same. So don't get too close unless you're ready for change. You like the way I stay quiet, like I don't need the room, like I don't need attention, but it still comes through. That kind of presence is dangerous. That's what you told me before. Men who don't ask for anything always make you want more. But here's the part you don't see: I don't open for free. I don't give what I feel if it's not real to me. So if you're stepping closer, don't do it halfway. I don't build anything that's designed to break, and I don't chase, but I don't run. I just let things become what they're meant to become. So don't get too close unless you mean what you do. 'Cause I don't do attraction that don't turn into truth. I don't confess easy, but the night makes honest men. Chrome lights sliding on the window, black sky folded over town. I got one hand on the wheel and one truth I keep pushing down. You were never just a moment, never just a pretty face. You were the kind of quiet trouble that time could not erase. I try to keep it simple, try to call it chemistry, but every time the bass hit low, your name came back to me. And I don't like admitting what I cannot control, but some women touch your spirit before they touch your soul. This is my chrome heart confession. I was colder than I meant to be. I held back too much emotion and called it masculinity. I look calm in every picture, but I was breaking privately. This is my chrome heart confession. You meant too much to me. You asked me once in silence if I ever let low, and I smiled like I had answers, but I didn't let you in. Not because you weren't worth it, not because I didn't care, but men like me get careful when something real is there. I built a whole life out of restraint, made control look like a crown, but the truth about a guarded man is he still bleeds without a sound. Maybe I should've held you closer, maybe I should've said your name. Maybe I confused being steady with never showing pain. This is my chrome heart confession. I loved you more than I showed. I let pride sit in the passenger seat and watched you leave the road. Oh, now the city keeps reflecting everything I couldn't be. This is my chrome heart confession. You still live quietly in me. I don't confess easy, but tonight I did. In the freeway opens, no headlights close behind, only city glow in the mirrors and the pressure in my mind. Windows cracked a late night in, cold air touching skin, sub bass deep inside the speakers, like thunder rolling within. I drive like I know exactly where every road might lead, but truth is I just trust emotion and let silence breathe. You left without a scene or warning, no shattered glass, no fight, just one look that stay with me every single night. King of the empty lane tonight, moving through the dark alone. Neon crowns a rooftop skyline, while I turn pain into control. King of the empty lane tonight, still carrying midnight pride. Heart full of everything unsaid, but calm on the outside. I learned real power from restraint, from not reacting when it hurts, from letting heartbreak sharpen vision instead of making it worse. And yeah, I still feel your gravity, still feel your pull sometimes, but longing doesn't own me now. It just passes through my mind. Every city block remembers, every puddle throws back light, and somewhere in that silver blur I finally feel alright. Hands steady, eyes ahead, rain dancing, streetlights red, deep breath, still alive, no fear, just drive. King of the empty lane tonight, still moving smooth through rain. A man built by midnight silence, and everything pain became. King of the empty lane tonight, no spotlight needed to glow, just neon on wet pavement, and a soul fully in control. Oh, The shadows move, and I see your face, a silent invitation. I feel the trace, every step I take. You follow me in the darkness. I find what I need. You pull me close without a sound. The more I fight, the more I'm found. The shadows tempt, they call my name. In this game we both the same. Tempting shadows, they dance so near. Every moment with you I feel no fear. The night is our stage and the world fades away. Tempting shadow, I'm here to stay. Your touch is soft, but it burns my skin. The light is gone, but the fire's within. I want to run, but I'm trapped in your spell. In the shadows, I cannot tell. You pull me close without a sound. The more I fight, the more I'm found. The shadows tempt, they call my name. In this game we're both the same. Tempting shadow, you dance so near. Every moment with you I feel no fear. The night is our stage and the world fades away. Tempting shadow, I'm here to stay. The moonlight fades, but you're still inside. Every temptation feels so right. In the shadows, we make our way. Tempting shadows, we'll never stray. Tempting shadow, dance so near. Every moment with you I feel no fear. The night our stage and the world fades away. Tempting shadow, oh, here to stay. Tempting shadow, you are my everything. People assume being alone means something is missing. Maybe sometimes that's true, but not tonight. Tonight the city belongs to me. The rain, the skyline, the silence, all of it. No obligations, no expectations, no conversations draining energy, just me and the road and the soft hum of an engine. Not all loneliness is pain, some of it is freedom. The luxury of solitude can't be purchased, can't be borrowed, can't be explained. It's the peace of knowing your happiness no longer depends on who stays or who leaves. The luxury of solitude is finally feeling complete in your own company. I spent years searching for someone to quiet my mind, only to discover the mind quiets itself. When you start fighting it, the city reflects across wet asphalt, like a painting made of memories. And for the first time, I'm not chasing anything. Not the past, not the future, not approval, not attention. Just this moment, the luxury of solitude. Can't be purchased, can't be borrowed, can't be explained. It's the peace of knowing your happiness no longer depends on who stays or who leaves. The luxury of solitude is finally feeling complete in your own company. Your own company. There's strength in connection, but there's strength in standing alone too. And tonight, the silence feels expensive in the best possible way. The road stretches forward, and I'm in no hurry to arrive. I was forged in the absence of every hand that should have stayed, in rooms where echoes answer back to prayers I never prayed. Turn loneliness to iron, turn silence into steel. Built a backbone from the nights when nothing felt real. They see a man who doesn't need to mistake it for pride, but pride was just a mask I wore before the real me died. Now what remains is heavier, quieter, more refined, a version tempered by the fire that no one else could find. Absence was my teacher, discipline my only friend. I learned that real kings rule the spaces where the noise ends. Forged in absence, tempered in the cold unknown, a blade that never boasts yet cuts straight to the bone. My confidence is ancient, carved from years of letting go. Leadership that doesn't chase, but lets the worthy follow. I don't wear my power loud, I let it breathe beneath the skin. The man who conquered self becomes the man who always wins. Yeah. Every goodbye I survived became another layer thick. Every dream that died inside me taught me how to never quit. I don't collect their stories, I don't need they borrow light. I walk inside my own abyss and call the darkness right. They break when pressure rises, I become the pressure slow. A quiet force that reshapes what the loud ones never know. Self-mastery is lonely work, but loneliness is pure. It strips away the lies until only truth remains secure. I've sat with every demon till they had nothing left to say, then sent them back to work for me at the break of every day. The strongest men don't rise above, they sink into the core and rise again. It's something that the world has never seen before. Forged in absence, tempered in the cold unknown, a blade that never boasts yet cuts straight to the bone. My confidence is ancient, patient. Caught from years of letting go. Leadership that doesn't chase, but lets the worthy follow. I don't wear my power loud, I let it breathe beneath the skin. The man who conquered self becomes the man who always wins. Forged in and finally whole. Flicker you. I stand alone, the night's too quiet. The city's hum is all that's left, I'm dying inside it. The street lights flicker just like your smile. A memory that fades but stays for a while. We were fire burning wild and bright, but now I'm lost in the endless night. I thought I could erase your name, but your love's a flame that still burns the same. Flicker you in the cold dark street. A love so real but still incomplete. Every step I take I feel you near, but you're just a shadow that disappears in fear. Flicker of you, but you're not the same. Chasing the past, but I can't reclaim. Cold winds blow, but I don't feel the chill. I'm numb inside from the love we killed. Your voice haunts me in the darkest hour, a faded echo losing its power. I try to move on, to leave you behind, but you're still here, haunting my mind. The night holds secrets I can't explain. A love lost in time, but it's still my pain. Flicker you in the cold dark street. A love so real but still incomplete. Every step I take I feel you near, but you're just a shadow that disappears in fear. Flicker of you, but you're not the chasing the past, but I can't reclaim. I try to forget, but you won't let me go. I reach for you, but you're only a glow. Flicker of you. Forever just a dream I can't hold on to. Phone face down, but I still feel it. Like your ghost might make it ring 2 a.m. The city breathing, chrome and sorrow, everything. I don't chase what doesn't choose me. That's the rule I made from scars. Still your silence hits different when it finds me in the dark. I took the long way past your district just to prove I wouldn't stop. Neon washing over wet roads, like the night knew what I lost. I can buy another bottle, I can fill another room, but there ain't no kind of luxury that can outshine missing you. No signal from you, just static in the blue. 1,000 little maybes, but nothing coming through. I keep my hands steady, I keep my face cool, but God, this empty city still sounds like you. No signal from you, and maybe that's the truth. Some people leave in silence and never need excuses. I wear my pride like armor, I move like I can't choose, but every road is lonely with no signal from you. You knew I was the quiet type, never loud, never easy read, but every time you touched my jaw, you made restraint feel weak. You like me better, half unspoken, half desire, half disguise. A man who carried storms in private with composure in his eyes. You told me love should feel like freedom, not a room without a key. Then you kissed me like possession and disappeared like history. I should hate the way you did it, how you slipped out clean and cold. But pain gets dangerous when it's wrapped in somebody beautiful. I learned that from the first goodbye, and everyone that came before. The prettiest lies arrive in perfume and leave your heart across the floor. Still I kept a place for you somewhere beneath the smoking skin. Not because I didn't know better, just because you got within. No signal from you, static in the blue. 1,000 flashing towers, but nothing coming through. I let the bass speak for me, I let the windows bruise. The city keeps on glowing with no signal from you. Maybe you love me in your own way, maybe I asked at the wrong time. Maybe we were two people trying to turn hunger into something divine. Maybe I was too controlled, maybe you were too wild. Maybe the saddest thing about us is we were almost right. Now I'm passing all the places where your shadow used to lean. Lobby lights and hotel mirrors, everything still cuts too clean. I built myself from lost illusions, from cold nights and closed doors. So why's your absence feel heavier than the pain I knew before? Because you saw the side I buried, the one beneath the tailored calm, the boy who still believed one person could make a war inside him stop. And for a moment I was honest, more than style, more than smoke. Then you left me with 1,000 thoughts, and none of them were soft. No signal from you, that's all I ever get. A screen full of reflection in the voice I can't forget. I keep the engine humming like it helps me not to lose, but every mile gets colder with no signal from you. No signal from you, still I don't break the code. I never beg for closure, I just let the silence hold. But somewhere in the midnight, under all this black and blue, there's still a man half listening for one sign from you. Phone face down, rain on the roof, whole city alive. No signal from you. Phone face down. Nobody Nobody teaches you how to let go. You just wake up one day and realize you already have. I used to believe holding on meant strength, that loyalty meant staying, even when everything inside you was breaking. So I stayed in conversations that drained me, in situations that no longer felt like mine, and memories that replayed themselves like they were trying to teach me something, but I wasn't learning. I was just surviving, slowly losing pieces of myself without noticing. Maybe letting go was never losing. Maybe it was finally choosing to stop bleeding quietly. I tried fixing things that were never meant to be fixed, tried saving people who didn't ask to be saved, tried holding versions alive that were already slipping through my hands. And every time something broke, I blame myself for not holding tighter, until I realized some things don't break because you failed. They break because they were never meant to stay. Maybe letting go isn't weakness, maybe it's clarity. Arriving late, but finally arriving. Some endings don't destroy you, they redefine you quietly, completely, without asking permission. Letting go isn't forgetting, it's remembering without letting it control you. It's loving something enough to release it, even if it still hurts. The road ahead feels lighter, not because I lost everything, but because I finally stopped carrying what wasn't mine to hold. Some words don't disappear, they just stay trapped inside us, waiting for a moment that never comes. I still remember that night. The city was glowing through the rain, street lights melting across the windshield, like the world was trying to blur itself. And you were sitting beside me, looking out the window, while 1,000 unsaid things filled the space between us. I could've told you how much you meant to me, how every room felt lighter when you walked into it, how your voice became part of my everyday peace. But fear has a strange way of disguising itself as patience, and I kept waiting for the perfect moment that never arrived. Now I'm living with the things I never said. The words still echo inside my head. You moved on, the seasons changed, but silence stayed exactly where I left it. And sometimes that's the heaviest thing to carry. hesitation. I convinced myself there would be more time, more late night conversations, more chances, more tomorrows. But life rarely announces when a chapter is ending. One day you simply became someone I used to know, and all the words I was saving for later lost their destination. Now I drive alone through familiar streets, wondering how different things might have been if all this had arrived before fear. Maybe you would've stayed, maybe you wouldn't. That's not what hurts. What hurts is never knowing. Now I'm living with the things I never said, the truth I buried, the chances I missed, a version of us that never got a chance to exist. And every midnight when the city falls asleep, I hear those words still asking to be spoken. Some people leave and take a piece of your heart. Others leave and take your unanswered questions. I spent years moving, because if I stopped, I might have to feel everything. I changed cities when the memories got too loud. Changed jobs when the doubts started catching up. Changed people when they got close enough to see the truth. I called it growth, I called it freedom, I called it knowing when to leave. But maybe I was just taking the long way around, the things I didn't wanna feel. I filled every empty space with noise, with work, with another goal, anything to keep me from sitting alone with my own thoughts. I was afraid that if I stopped moving, everything I ran from would find me. But tonight I stopped running, I turned the engine off. I sat beneath the city lights and let the silence talk. I stopped running from the man I used to be, from every mistake, every failure, every part of me I thought I had to bury. I stopped running and nothing came to destroy me. The memories came, the pain came, and somehow I was still here. I thought I had to forgive everybody who hurt me, but some things don't need forgiveness, they need distance. I thought I had to understand why people left, but sometimes people leave because they leave and no explanation will make you feel fair. I thought I had to become someone nobody could hurt, but that's not straight, that's just another kind of prison. So tonight I let myself admit some things still hurt, and I survived them anyway. I was afraid that if I stopped moving, everything I ran from would find me. But tonight I stopped running, I turned the engine off. I talk, I stopped running from the man I used to be. From every mistake, every failure, every part of me I thought I had to bury. I stopped running and nothing came to destroy me. The memories came, the pain came, and somehow I was still here. Maybe peace isn't the absence of pain. Maybe peace is knowing pain can't come, and you don't have to become it. Maybe I can remember without going back. Maybe I can grieve without losing myself. Maybe I can finally stop trying to outrun the person I became. I stopped running, I turned the engine off. I sat beneath the city lights and let the silence talk. I stopped running from the man I used to be, from every mistake, every failure, every part of me I thought I had to bury. I stopped running and nothing came to destroy me. Memories came, the pain came, and somehow I was still here. The road is still there, the night is still long, but for the first time I don't need to keep going. The low couch in the corner, sweet city skyline wrapped in haze. Your heels resting by the doorway, hair falling past your face. You move slow like a warning, like temptation dressed in grace. And every part of me felt danger the second you crossed my space. I built walls stronger than marble, taught myself never to fold, but you touched my jaw so softly and turned discipline to gold. Some women ask for attention, some women ask for trust. You asked nothing at all, and somehow that was enough. The low and fire, body close enough to feel the low and fire. Everything dangerously real. The low and fire, and steady but close alive. One look from you and the whole room ignites. I've known lust without emotion, known attraction without depth, but with you it felt different, like a current in my chest, like wanting more than your body, wanting your silence too, wanting every hidden reason behind the way you move. And that scared me more than anything, how much calm you could undo, how a man can lose composure without ever making a move. Burning slow till almost dawn, and sunrise touched your shoulder, and somehow you were gone. The low and fire still glowing in my veins. speak much when I feel too much. That's just how I was built. I wear my pain like tailored black and walk through rooms with ease and guilt. Everybody sees the shine, no one sees the nights behind the pressure sitting on my chest. The wars I fight without a sound, and you look straight through the smoke, past the image people know. Saw the man behind the calm and touched a place nobody touched. You made silence feel alive, turn surviving into fire. I'm a king without noise, built from heartbreak, loss and choice. No crown needed on my head. I carry storms instead. And even when I stand alone, I still feel you in my bones. Still calm, still poised, the king without noise. Late night tower over town, watching headlights moving down, thinking how 1,000 winds can still feel hollow deep within. I learned not every wound must bleed, not every hunger has a need. Some desires live in your veins long after they escape your name. You were never meant to stay forever, but forever changed me altogether. Now even in the dark is a lane. I hear your echo through the rain. You made silence feel alive, turn surviving into fire. I'm a king without noise, built from heartbreak, loss and choice. No crown needed on my head. I carry storms instead. And even when I stand alone, I still feel you in my bones. Still calm, still poised, a king without noise. No revenge in my bloodstream, no chasing of finished dreams, just this engine, moon and sky. In truth I never had to hide. Still driving while the city sleeps, still holding what I couldn't keep, still breathing through the void, a king without noise. One last turn before dawn, that's where I meet myself. There's a road outside the city where the lights start thinning out, where the night loses its diamonds and the sky begins to doubt. I go there when the noise fades, when the world stops needing me, when the man inside the mirror wants the truth without prestige. I don't always miss you loudly, Sometimes it's just a shadow that appears when dawn is near. Like your hand on my shoulder, like your breath in the cold, like the version of myself I almost let you hold. And I know I'm not the same now, but not every change is peace. Some growth feels like losing. What made you feel complete? Last turn before dawn. I let the truth rise slow. I don't know what love went, but I know what it showed. That I'm not made of silence, I'm not only self-control. I'm a man with a heartbeat under everything I own. Last turn before dawn. Rain fading on the glass. I forgive the younger me for protecting his past. I forgive you for leaving, I forgive us for the war. But I still feel something I can't name anymore. You taught me without trying, the desire needs a soul. That being wanted by someone ain't the same as being known. You saw me in the stillness, not the image I project. You found the hidden hunger under all of my respect. And maybe I was scared, not of love but being seen. Because when someone knows you, they can haunt you differently. That's why this road feels sacred. That's why I drive alone. Some prayers don't need churches, some men confessing chrome. If I could speak to that night when you were still beside me, I say less with my pride and more with what was inside me. Not beg, not plead, not fall apart on cue. Just tell you that your presence made the dark feel new. Last turn before dawn. I let the old pain pass, not gone, not erased, just no longer driving fast. I still carry the lesson, I still honor the scars. Some people don't stay with you, but they show you who you are. Last turn before dawn. The skyline starts to glow. I don't need every answer, I don't need you to know. I'm still calm, still moving, still quiet, still strong. But I'm softer than before. On the last turn before dawn. One last turn before dawn. The night lets me go. I don't forget, I just grow. I'm tangled in, you can't break free. Like a rope around my soul, you're holding me. Every moment, every breath is you I crave. In your arms I'm lost, I'm brave. You're the web, I can't escape the trap I fall into. But every time I fall, I find myself with you. I'm tangled in your love, can't break the chain. In this madness I feel no pain. Tangled in you, forever bound. Every touch, every kiss I'm found. I can't escape, I don't want to try. Tangled in you until I die. The more I struggle, the tighter you hold. Your love is a story I can't unfold. I wanna run, but I can't escape. In your love, I'll forever take shape. You're the web I can't escape, the trap I fall into. But every time I fall, I find myself with you. I'm tangled in your love, can't break the chain. In this madness, I feel no pain. Tangled in you, tangled in you. Forever bound, forever bound. Every touch, every kiss I'm found. I can't escape. I don't want to try. Tangled in you until I die. I don't wanna be free, not from you. In your love, I find everything true. Tangled in you, there's nowhere to go, but I'm happy here, I never let go. Tangled in you, forever bound, forever bound. Every touch, every kiss I'm found. I can't escape. I don't want to try. Tangled in you until I die. Tangled in you. Some people don't break your heart all at once. They do it slowly, by making you believe they're staying. You always called after midnight, from cities I couldn't pronounce. Hotel curtains, different skyline, same voice on the phone. You told me distance was temporary, just another chapter before forever. And I believed you because love makes optimists out of careful men. I kept saving conversations like receipts from a future that never arrived. You left me holding hotel keys and empty promises, memories that checked out before I noticed. I kept making room for you in a life you never planned to enter. And somehow that's the hardest truth to accept. Some departures happen long before goodbye. I defended you to people who saw the signs, the missed calls, the changing stories, the growing distance. But loyalty can be dangerous when it's pointed at the wrong person. I wasn't blind, I was hopeful. There's a difference. The saddest part isn't losing you, it's realizing I was the only one trying to hold everything together. You left me holding hotel keys and empty promises. But now I understand, not every door was meant to open. Not every person deserves permanent access to your heart. Some lessons arrive disguised as heartbreak. Nobody teaches you how to carry absence. There are no books for it, no maps, no instructions. One day someone is part of your world, and the next you're expected to continue as if nothing changed. But everything changed. The coffee tastes different, the weekends feel longer, even the skyline loses color for a while. Grief isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it's quiet adaptation. I'm learning the art of carrying absence without letting it weigh me down. Learning how to miss someone without building a home inside the missing. Learning how to honor a memory without becoming trapped inside it. The art of carrying absence is harder than letting go. The city outside my window looks beautiful tonight, the kind of beautiful you would have pointed out first. That's the strange part. Certain moments still arrive already shaped like conversations we used to have, and for a second I forget. But you're no longer here to finish them. I'm learning the art of carrying absence without letting it weigh me down. Learning how to miss someone without building a home inside the missing. Learning how to honor a memory without becoming trapped inside it. The art of carrying absence is harder than letting go. I used to think healing meant reaching a destination. Now I think it's more like balance, a daily adjustment, a quiet decision made over and over again. Not every wound disappears. Some become part of your posture, part of your perspective, part of your wisdom. And maybe that's okay. Maybe there's growth. The night grows older, and somehow so does the pain, into something gentler. I used to fear endings, the way children fear storms, certain they would destroy everything. Now I know better. Storms don't take everything. Fire doesn't consume everything. Some things survive, and those things matter most. The question isn't what was lost, the question is what remains. Time burns away illusions and reveals foundations. What survives the fire becomes part of your soul. The lessons, the scars, the wisdom of love that changed you, even if it couldn't stay. Ooh, survives the fire all the heartbreak, before all the distance, before all the goodbyes. He was hopeful, certain, untested, and honestly, I don't miss him. Pain taught me things comfort never could, because suffering is beautiful, because truth often arrives through it. What survives the fire becomes part of your soul. The lessons, the scars, the wisdom, the love that changed you, even if it couldn't stay. What survives the fire is who you become. Tonight the skyline shines across rain-soaked streets, and for the first time in a while, I don't feel haunted. I feel grateful, not for what happened, for what it taught me. There's a difference. Every loss left something behind. Every ending built something new. Every broken piece pointed me here. What survives the fire outlast the flames. Carry only what survived. We were never official, never labeled, never defined. Just two people meeting in borrowed hours between responsibilities and unfinished lives. You rest your head against my shoulder, like tomorrow wasn't coming, and disappear for weeks without explanation. Nobody cheated, nobody lied, yet somehow everything still fell apart. There was smoke between us, not enough to see what was standing in the way, until it was too late. I felt you slipping long before you left. Some distances don't need miles to exist. We blame timing, we blame circumstances, we blamed everything except the truth, that neither of us was brave enough to ask for more. So we settled for almost, until almost disappeared. There was smoke between us, not enough to see what was standing in the way, exist. Sometimes losing someone starts long before goodbye. There was smoke between us, and now the air is clear, but clarity arrives after the damage, not before. I still wonder what would have happened if we had spoken honestly. You know exactly what you're doing. Don't act innocent. You walk in like a question I don't know how to answer. Every move you make turns the room into a danger. You don't need to touch me, you don't need to get close. You just look at me slowly, and suddenly I lose control. I came here with a plan, I was gonna keep it simple. Then you smiled across the room and made the whole thing difficult. Now I'm standing here trying to act like I don't care, but every time you move away I feel you everywhere. Don't make me want you if you don't wanna stay. Don't pull me into your darkness and disappear the next day. Don't make me want you, don't make me need your touch, don't make me see forever. If you only want tonight, I can handle temptation, I can handle goodbye, but don't make me fall for you with that look in your eyes. You know I don't lose control, you know I don't chase, but something about you makes me forget my place. Don't make me want you unless you're ready to want me the same. We take the long way home, no music, just a city. Your hand is on the window, but your silence feels too pretty. You ask me what I'm thinking, I say nothing much, but the truth is I'm thinking about your lips and the way I want your trust. I don't need a perfect woman, I don't need a perfect life, I just need somebody honest when the lights turn off at night. So if you're gonna stay, don't give me half your heart. I've been through enough and it's to know how they start. Make me want you if you don't wanna stay. Don't pull me into your darkness, then disappear the next day. Don't make me want you, don't make me need your touch, don't make me see forever. If you only want tonight, I can handle temptation, I can handle goodbye, but don't make me fall for you with that look in the same. I can be a secret, I can be a weakness, I can be the one you call when nobody else can reach you. But don't come into my world just to leave it empty. I don't open up often, so don't make me regret. Don't make me want it. Don't make me need your touch. Don't make me see forever. If you only want tonight, I can handle temptation, I can handle goodbye. But don't make me fall for you with that look in your eyes. You know I don't lose control, you know I don't chase, but something about you makes me forget my place. Don't make me want you unless you're ready to want me the same. You know what you're doing. Don't make me want you unless you mean it. Don't look at me like that. If you don't want me to know, I already know. You sit across the room, but I feel you getting closer. Every time you look away, you give yourself away. Your friends are talking loud, but you're somewhere in your head. You keep playing with your glass like there's something left unsaid. I know you feel the tension, I can see it in your eyes. You don't have to touch me to make the room ignite. You say you're not interested, but you never leave my side. And every time I turn away, I catch you looking twice. You don't have to tell me, I can feel it in the air. The things you never say are everywhere. It's the way you look away when I look into your eyes, like you want me to come closer, but you're scared of what you find. It's the way you say my name, like you don't want me to stay, but your body tells the truth every time you look away. Don't fight it, don't hide it, we both know what's happening. You can lie to everybody, but you can't lie to me. It's the way you look away. We leave the party separately, but you end up in my car. City lights across your face, and suddenly we're not that far. You say I shouldn't be here, I say then why did you come? You look out through the window, but I know what you're running from. Maybe it's the history, maybe it's the timing, maybe you don't trust your heart when it starts deciding. But I don't need forever, I don't need a guarantee. Just give me one honest night and let the truth be what it needs to be. Oh, you don't have to tell me, I can feel it in the air. The things you never say are everywhere. It's the way you look away when I look into your eyes, like you want me to come closer, but you're scared of what you find. It's the way you say my name, like you don't want me to stay, but your body tells the truth every time you look away. Don't fight it, don't hide it, we both know what's happening. You can lie to everybody, that have no name, no witness and no sound. The kind that press against the chest but never touch the ground. Each one a lesson paid in full with years I can't reclaim. Each one a quiet monument to what I overcame. They see the surface calm and think the water must be still, but underneath swims oceans that no storm could ever kill. I learned to breathe the pressure, to make the heavy light, by choosing every single day to walk further in the night. The burden isn't heavy if you stop pretending it's not there. True strength begins the moment you no longer care to share. This is the weight I carry, invisible but real, a crown of unseen battles that only I can feel. Unshakable because I learned exactly what I'm worth. Leadership that flows from knowing what the silence is worth. I mastered every shadow that once tried to swallow me. Now I walk among the living as the man I chose to be. No one clapped when I stood up after every brutal fall. No parade for the quiet wars I fought behind these walls. But in that solitude I found the truest form of me, a man who doesn't break because he's already free. They follow not because I call, but because they sense the depth, the kind of calm that comes from having nothing left to protect. I lead by simply existing as the virgin time refined, a living proof that power grows when ego is declined. The heaviest crowns are never seen by those who only chase the gleam. They're worn inside the marrow in the spaces in between. Ooh, I become the kind of king who needs no kingdom to survive, because the only realm that matters is the one I keep alive. This is the way I carry, invisible but real, a crown of unseen battles that only I can feel. Unshakable because I've learned exactly what I'm worth. Leadership that flows from knowing what the silence is worth. I mastered every shadow that once tried to swallow me. Now I walk among the living as the man I chose to be. The way remains, and so do I. I don't feel sad, I don't feel happy, I just feel nothing. The alarm goes off, I get up, I do what I do. I say the right words, I wear the right clothes, I play the part. Everybody thinks I'm doing fine, and maybe that's the problem. I can't remember the last time something really moved me. There's a strange kind of silence when your life is full of noise. The static in my chest, a frequency I can't explain. I'm not broken, I'm not healed, I'm just somewhere in between. The static in my chest, I can hear it when the room gets quiet. Everybody sees me standing, nobody knows how far away I am inside it. I laugh when I'm supposed to, I say I'm okay, but there is something in me that hasn't spoken in days. I used to love the rain, used to drive for hours just to see where the road went. Used used to hear a song and feel it in my bones. Now I skip through everything, looking for something I don't even know. I keep buying new things, changing the room, changing the city, changing the people, but the silence follows. Because maybe the problem was never where I was. Maybe it was what I refused to feel. There's a strange kind of silence when your life is full of noise. The static in my chest, a frequency I can't explain. I'm not broken, I'm not healed, I'm just somewhere in between. The static in my chest, I can hear it when the room gets quiet. Everybody sees me standing, nobody knows how far away I am inside it. I laugh when I'm supposed to, I say I'm okay, but there is something in me that hasn't spoken in days. So tonight I won't force myself to feel better. I won't turn this emptiness into another problem I have to solve. Maybe I can sit here with the silence until it becomes something I understand. Maybe not every empty feeling needs to be filled. Maybe some nights you just have to stay. There's static in my chest, but I can hear beneath the noise a small part of me still breathing, still waiting for a voice. There's static in my chest, but maybe it won't last forever. Maybe feeling nothing is not the end. Maybe it's the space before something changes. I laugh when I'm supposed to, I say I'm okay, but tonight I don't have to lie. I don't know what I feel, and that's alright. The room is quiet, the static is still there, but now I'm listening.